Right, hi everyone. I think you should be able to hear me, but I can't see me yet. There I am, there I am. Right, okay, so why is it? Let's not do what I done the last time. And it was lagging for like 20 minutes or so. Oh my God. Sorry, my hair looks like I've been dragged through a hedge or something. It's because I had the sleep rollers in on Friday night or something. Then I left them in for, I was telling my friend, I left them in for like a whole over a day. And I thought I better take them out now. And so today it's just doing this thing. I'm gonna have to wash it. Yeah, it's doing its own thing. Um, right. So I'd imagine I'll be here till at least 10 tonight. Um, I think it'll now be it'll more likely be I think it'll be 11. I'm going for 11, 11, 11. But we'll just see. It's 18, 18 as I'm starting though. Um, secrets, that's double the secrets coming out. Um, and following your intuition and all that. I'm the moon card because I was born on the 18th. So are you if you were born on the 18th. Right, so is that all the... Have I managed to fit it all in? Hmm. I think what I'll do actually is I'll put the solstice. That's what I'll do. I'll put the solstice link in. Rather, that would make more sense. Where the fuck is it? I hope you're all doing well. You all know how this goes if you're here all the time. And welcome if you're new, you'll work it out. If but I'm about to explain a wee bit once I just get this bit. Right. I thought that would maybe be a bit too much to fit in. I'll just need to take all my emojis out, which upsets me, but there we go, it fits now. Oh no, I took out too many emojis. Right. So what I usually do in this bit is that is the info for if you want 15-minute personal reading tonight. It's more than a reading. It's a light code activation, clearing energy, but to most people it just look like a reading. I'm chucking the cards about. But if you watch how people respond, it can heal aches and pains, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, financial. In some cases, that can make people a lot of money too. Because it's all linked. But and I usually just put my general booking link. But what I've been guided to do there is the link that's there is that is for the summer solstice event, which I'm holding space for on this Friday, 9 o'clock UK time. Depending on it, basically, if people want to do it, and it's only ever just a wee small group, I might make it a bit earlier. I wouldn't make it later though, but it's just because it can be when it's quite hot and sticky here this week, and I'd rather start things earlier and get it finished with. But because the actual solstice is in the wee hours of the Saturday, but I'm not doing a Saturday kind of thing. So anyway, we'll just see if it's not going ahead. It's fine. Like I said, I'm not working with clients this week because it's always a chaotic week. I'm guided to take this week off for myself, so I just always do that. And my friends visiting here this week too, so I've been out having a big long walk and having chats and stuff, and then I'm going to do that tomorrow as well. And put my sun cream on this time, so I shouldn't be burnt. But yeah, but basically, if you want to do the solstice event, that link should be working. I'm trying to check it is actually working. Sometimes I put these links up and I check them. Oh shit, it's not. Yeah, so that link's working. So like I said before, it's usually only about 3 or 4 people. No, not 3, 4. It's usually 4 or once I had like 8 people or something. That like never happens to put in a picture. So it's usually 4. Charlotte seems to remember it. I done it last year and it was 4 people, and that's the perfect amount. And like I said, I would do it if it's 3 people because it's 3 people and me. 2, we're pushing it a bit, but I would do it. 1 person, I would need to cancel. Do you know what I mean? Like I would refund you, or I would ask if you want me to like do something for you instead, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, basically, and if you're already in the second level of the membership, I was about to say above, but nobody's in the above ones yet. then you get discounts from the second level upwards. So, utilize that. So if you are in the second level, which there's only a couple of people there anyway, just let me know and I'll send you the link. But anyway, that's Charlotte that was interested. So, she'll probably just tune in and but like I said, if it doesn't go ahead, fine. But I'll just have to keep putting these group offers out because that's what I'm being told I'm meant to be doing. And I put it out, and it's like, you just got to keep fucking moving through the treacle sometimes. Right. So, and I'm an expert at that. That's why I'm a good mentor and a teacher for other people that are pulling teeth with stuff. Right. So let's put this. Let's put this at 1 hour. I'm going to try and stick to 1 hour for each of the things. It's normally 2 to 3 hours. So, but it's because I want to do Aquarius. This is Aquarius. Oh shit! And I've not put in the fucking title. That's fine. I'll put it after. This is for Aquarius in the 11th house. But the way I do it, if you're new, we've all got Aquarius somewhere. And do you know what I didn't do? I'm assuming because somebody was hitting the hearts that you can hear me, but we can never be too careful. We'll not go on about the past because one of the shorts I've just released, actually that gets released at 8, and then the one, yeah, yeah. You can, like I said, you just never know. I was sitting talking for 40 minutes. Once there we go, I did mention it, but anyway. So again, there might be, with me making that wee joke, but it's not really joking, is it? Because I haven't. I think there might be, like, if you or someone around you has a tendency to keep bringing up the past when you've already cleared it, I think that might be something about not doing that. Because like I say, there's nothing more annoying. Don't be one of those people. Never be I told you so, no matter how tempting it might be. And think of it, for me to say that, that really is quite huge, because can you imagine the amount of times in my life that I have been able to say I told you so with like fucking everyone, from friends to family to clients to, it happens all the time. Like the amount of people that have worked with me years ago and then they fuck off and they circle around the block and they try to, and then and a lot of people do come back. And I'm not kind of like, oh, here you are, I'm always like just happy to see people. And it's because, again, some people just get distracted by the glitz and the glam and the people making it look like they know what they're doing. And actually, I'm not fully shit. You know what I mean? Like, what you see is what you get. I am my extra Leo midheaven self on a live stream because it's the entertainer. It's the part that my guides and God wants to use to get your attention. And fuck's sake, it doesn't even get enough people's attention, but it's getting the people that clearly we've got a soul contract if you're watching this. But yeah, like I said, day to day, it's like, I can't be arsed with the kind of, yeah, I just like to keep myself and, be pretty chill and stuff like that. But anyway, let's get on with this. So I'm going to put, I will just write, I will keep going. Sorry, that's another shite one tonight, but I'm just going to write thanks for your support. Because I'm always very grateful. My nails are very long, they're hitting against us. But yeah, I do think with everything being part of the channeling, I think that's got something to do with it. Like there's a bit of a, you know what I mean, not being in that energy. Because like I said, it is just so annoying, isn't it? Like who wants to be around someone that's like that? So, but also, as we'll get into this when I do this, you do have to talk about the past to be able to move forward. So that's clearly got a lot to do with this, because now we'll do I need to get the thumbnail. So, and it was so funny the way I got led to everything, right? So I was trying to pick cards up. And so to put you in the picture, when I'm doing first of all, before I go into that bit, so this is for Aquarius in the 11th house, and you've all got that somewhere, right? Friendship, community, groups of any kind, the internet, the house of making a wish. So you could see it as setting intentions and stuff too, or wish comes true, shock, surprises. This is all Aquarius and this is all 11th house stuff. And you'd be a real wild card if you've got Aquarius in the 11th house. But it can also be like things like, it's funnier, it's friendship and groups, because it can also be like detachment. So, it just really just depends. I would notice where the Aquarius was in someone's house and their chart and all the other things going on. And if you're interested in that, I can, I've got astrology sessions, which are my own type of astrology, my own type of channeled astrology rather, and mixing it in with my prophetic gift and all and the healing and everything. So it's, it's with a difference. But I'd imagine the people that book that, because it's my big one, you'd have watched me for a while anyway, clears a lot of energy. And the funny thing is, that's what I started off doing 10 years ago. And that hardly anyone ever books that now, which is a bit sad because I love doing it and it really does help people. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's more people that get led to me that do actually feel guided to book that. Because it is an experience. I'm sorry it's a lot more expensive now because remember, I have been doing this for 10 years with Twinflames and I've evolved and grown and I've added other strings to my boa. But I'll put one of those reviews in the comment after. But yeah, basically because we're in the last degrees of Aquarius moon, like I think I worked out for I think the moon leaves Aquarius like in half an hour, like just 35 minutes or something. So like this is the anaretic chaotic degree, and Aquarius is chaotic anyway. So, you know, if you really know your astrology, like I've tracked different things in my life where something quite chaotic's happened or a bit of a turn moment. And it's quite hilarious about the times I've actually been like, oh my God, it was like, this happened in the last degree of an Aquarius moon or the last degree of Aquarius sun. So I'm a bit geeky like that. Like, because I've said a lot of times, like well, I'm very geeky like that. That's my thing. I've noticed that, the Aquarius full moon, which is often a super moon that lands during the Edinburgh Festival here. Like, and also it's funny because I think sometimes that's been a blue moon. And that is when I do drink the festival, I love that beer. You put a wee bit of orange in it. It's really nice. I don't drink, by the way, but if I did, that's what I choose. But it's like, it's not everywhere. It's only like certain wee pubs and stuff. But it's really funny. It was actually my uncle that got me on it. I think my sister and my uncle got me on it. And then when I mentioned it to my uncle not that long ago, he was like, "Oh, what's that?" And he couldn't even remember. I was like, "It was you that got me on it." But it was years ago. But basically, so there might be something about once in a blue moon, once in a blue, and that's a shame because now if that's that card, that'll be crazy. It's not. So look, so I've got these Moonology cards, right? That it's like I mix them up. There's like, there's actually three now, but I mix two of them up together and there's just one line there, but it happens to be full moon Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Of course, out of the 12 full moons, the last one we just had not long ago, a few days ago, was it Friday? I can't fucking it, guy. That's terrible. Whatever the hell it was recently. That was that was Sagittarius, and that was my full moon. It was your full moon if you're a full moon in Sagittarius. So I feel it's like, I feel a lot of that excitement has died down after the full moon. And of course, there's excitement everywhere with astrology, the solar flares, blah, blah, blah. You could go on and on. But I do feel there's stuff manifesting here because the reason I titled it that was when I was picking up the cards, like I said, this energy is quite chaotic. I can navigate it well because it's not just because I'm a shaman, it is because I have got my moon conjunct Uranus, and Uranus is a planet that rules Aquarius, remember. So it's like I can that's why I can I can navigate chaos. And it's why, when I wasn't more healed, because nobody's ever fully healed, but when I was less healed, I would, just be used to chaos because it's just kind of like, I mean, it's like a lot of people. I'm like, all right, yeah, dramatic situations are just always happening. Whereas now that I'm more healed, like I said, my life, believe it or not, is mostly really quite painful. Yeah, painful too. That's true. Painful and peaceful. But it's kind of like when it's not painful, and also I feel other people's pain, I feel the world pain, but I do feel my own pain as well at times. It's peaceful, you know what I mean? That's what I was going for because I've created it that way. I'm in these frequencies where it's like I don't want to go through all this fucking drama and pain, and what I mean, I'll channel a bit, but really, I'm just want to live in peace. And but basically, because it's this chaotic energy, I dropped the cards, and the ones that they pulled me to was disruption. I'm not shitting you, and there's a 39 on it again. There's 39s coming up everywhere, and burden. So again, I feel this is like very much like burdens are being dropped, and it's disrupting the peace. So again, something is disrupting the peace, and it's creating a storm. Now remember, this is the one I pulled a few days ago, and they pulled my eyes to it again. It's okay to feel it all, cleanse, collapse of the old, realignment. So basically, it's what I've been channeling for years now. If you watch my shamanic journeys, the old world is absolutely collapsing, crumbling. The old timelines are crumbling, collapsing, and it's creating a storm. But it's because these new higher frequencies and new earth frequencies, and like I was just saying that to my friend today, I know it can sound really too far out and galactic and a bit kind of like, what the fuck does that even mean? But to kind of break it down, like to me, what it means is it's energy and it's frequency, and it's very to be practical about it. Like I help people quantum leap to their highest timeline through having a mindset shift. Like, you know what I mean? Like people be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, or I'm too scared to be seen, I'm too scared to do that, or I can't push myself in my comfort zone. And look, you watch me do it in the chat. I can literally coach, encourage somebody, sometimes on the night, but usually over time, to believe actually, no, you can do this and you are capable of this, and it's difficult, but you can do it. And you know, obviously, it's better one to one, personal, when there's no fucking loads of people gawking, but it does help people too. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so what I'm getting from all of this is basically, I feel if this resonates with you, you're about to manifest forever with someone. And the reason I got that is because we had that storm card, and we've got manifest, co-creation, gratitude, divine alignment, joyful vision. So that feels very much carrying on from the full moon in Sagittarius. But then, like, after I pulled all these cards, like, right, could you give me something about love? I shuffled these, and I knew it was going to be a good one. And that one's a mixed bag, by the way. Sometimes they've got, I'm healing, I'm not ready. I'm single, but I'm healing, I'm not ready for commitment, or something like that. It's got like, you need to let me go, all of this kind of, and it's like, I write that. I'm not being funny. If you're on the Twinflame journey, they're not gonna, they don't say that. They just leave you hanging because they don't want you. Anyway, they're right. Fucking true, though, isn't it? So it's simple, really. How do I feel? I want you, us, forever. So I basically feel this is for a group of divine masculines, and it's, I was going to put divine masculine as manifesting forever with you if you're divine, but it's actually, it's, you're both manifesting, and I've misspelled it. I'll fix that after. That really annoys me. I'll fix that after. Really, really annoys me. It's funny because I've got dyslexia amongst all these other fucking things, but I'm a good speller. That pisses me off when I do that. So manifest, yeah. Basically, you're manifesting forever with each other. So if this is yours, you and your twin flame, you're manifesting forever with each other. And the funny thing is, some people might not have even realized what they're doing, but a lot of people, it's, you do know exactly what you're doing. But it's, yes, it's creating a storm. So we can't really fit all the other shit in. But so you get what I mean? It's like this, manifesting this union. I might change the word and all this after, but manifesting this union is creating quite a whirlwind of chaos, like a shitstorm around you if you're the divine masculine, basically. But it's like, it's worth it. If you're, it's worth it for this person. Like, and it's like the other stuff's causing way more of a burden. But it's basically, people don't like it. We hear about this all the time. So, but so again, can't be everyone's, but, and it's all past, present, future. So I wouldn't imagine this is too many people's past. So this is either happening like now or in the near future. And remember, I read crystal clear visions. I read like weeks, months, years out in the future. Who knows? So I'm just putting out the messages. So, and this is, once I get this thumbnail, then I can carry on with the rest. Right, there. Let me just, the delay is very annoying. Come on, Claire, just stop waving the cards about. Let's see. You can't see something. That's fine. That'll have to do. Right, okay. It's a lot better than when I've done it before. Right, now it'll be interesting if these cards come out again, if I use any of them. But right, so let's crack on. Yeah, and if anyone wants any of these personal ones, I will either do them at the end of this, or yeah, if somebody books, you can't wait around that long. Basically, I would either do it at the end of this, after I've finished this collective one, or wait for Mediumship Monday. So my plan just now is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do Pisces right after, and then I'm going to do Mediumship Monday. Because I can do Mediumship Monday when I'm a bit tired and all that. It's fine. Sometimes it's even more powerful because I'm a bit more sleepy, because I'm just passed on the message. But I don't think it's fair to kind of leave Pisces after Mediumship, because the Mediumship Monday could just be quite short. It's just because I'm in a pattern of doing it, and you never know what I might say through someone's loving spirit, or a guide, or anything that somebody could really need to hear. So anyway, with all that being said, let's go to the usual. So if you've not seen me using this deck before, hello Connor, how are you doing? If you've not seen me using this deck before, it can be pretty brutal. It's very straight to the point. Now, what's just left out already? Alchemist. Yes, you're being the alchemist. So if you're the divine feminine, or this is the masculine feminine side, you're being the alchemist. And look how much that makes sense with there's a shitstorm going on around. If you're the masculine male or female, there's a shitstorm going on around you. So emotionally, you are having to be the alchemist. You're turning a painful, disruptive situation into something good for yourself. But ultimately, it's going to be, this is the thing about twin flame unions, it causes chaos at first. And when things settle down, it transmutes the energy around, but you have to be strong enough to face whatever at first. So, and who knows what that means? I know what it means. I was going to say, who knows what that means for each and every, you know what I mean? I can't go into each and every thing, even all the clients I've had over the last 10 years. But it's crazy. The way that twin flames get together, it is always usually crazy. And this seems to be what I'm picking up on. I'd say this storm thing, shit, like, look at what's happening in the world in general. Like, this is what I've been channeling about for the past, this is the 4th year now, isn't it? That, and again, it's like I said, it's the 10th year because it's the 10th anniversary on Saturday. I always celebrate it on the solstice, not of this actual channel, but Crystal Clear Visions. I started the YouTube just a little bit after, but it's happening. There's big stuff happening. It feels very in the air. So, hey, hope you had a nice weekend. Definitely lots of chaotic energy. Felt so heavy all weekend and today. Grateful to have the marathon lives to catch up on. I've not even caught up on them, Connor. I know. I think I've definitely not caught up on the last 3, maybe even 4. I will at some point, but it's like it's just so long. I'm like, why is it so long? Why do you know what I mean? But that's good. I'm glad it's like, you know what I mean. Charlotte's had loads of body doubling things before we're even doing it. You know what I mean? I just love it. It does, yeah. It's, you know, people like it, so I'm going to keep doing it. So definitely need to read The Alchemist. I've had it sitting for a while and I can't stop hearing people refer to it. Do you know what? That's really, what is it? I can hardly open the door, never mind emails. What do you mean? Because you're so tired. Well, send in your prayers for energy then. And yeah, so basically, oh, and also, Connor, I don't know if you caught me saying that, but this week's always like that. I've taken this week off. I'm not working with clients this week. So it's just crazy. It's chaos. I feel what I've worked out I'd say over the past 5 years, I basically started to take this as a holiday. And it's because I feel it is because I'm so connected to that yin yang balance, being primarily a twin. Well, it's not primary. Yes, that's the only thing I do. It's like I really get affected by it, and it's just people are quite shitty on this week too. Like, yeah, that you can feel very, very tired, and people's shadows come out more than usual. Like as the light and the dark balances, it's like it's the light and the dark is balancing in everyone, and you and me and everyone, and it's just it's a weird one. Like I said, and also it doesn't help that it's Pisces moon, in about 20 minutes. Yeah. So it's Pisces moon the next couple of days. It's definitely so what's Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, the rest of tonight, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so like if my friend wasn't here visiting, I would just be sitting about my jammies. But my friend's here visiting this week, so we're gonna get out lots of walks. I've been a big walk today. I've hit 12,000 steps today, guys. I think it was maybe a bit more than that. And also it's 1840, 18.4 is Union. I nearly went live at 1804. So you know what I mean? We know how this works. If you hear all the time the numbers, there's definite union manifesting here for a lot of people. So transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So I feel if you're a divine feminine, you're an alchemist. Need I say any more? That is what we are, female and male. But this is also the masculine feminine side. You're managing to transmute these heavier emotions into some kind of positive action. So again, Connor, to pick on you, that's definitely you. You're having, this week you're tired, and other times you might feel like shit, but you're able to take that energy and do things to help yourself. And you know what I mean? It helps when we're healing ourselves, it heals everyone around us. So the shadow attribute is misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. So again, that's very much around as well. You can't assume everybody that's like sitting in a yoga pose with crystals around them and is very psychic is tapped into the energies you want to be a part of. Some people are tapping into demons and they're not even aware of it. So you've got to be aware. And like I say all the time, controversially, you know, I love mediumship, and this is Monday, so we're going to do mediumship Monday at some point, although it's always that with me. It's one of my bugbears about more sort of old school mediums that will say there's no such thing as dark energies, and that's the shadows and the projections within the medium themselves. And I agree with that. But what I would add, and again, remember, I'm all about, you know, the shadow and Carl Jung and shadow integration and you name it. This is what I help people all the time. I have to with my fucking Pluto and Scorpio in the 12th house. But, and this is a big but, I'm also a shaman, as we know. Why do I keep saying I'm a shaman about a million times in this? Somebody, maybe when I keep saying that so much, it's because it's either of interest to you for you, like someone's interested in shamanism, or maybe somebody just wasn't aware that I can help you with that heavier soul retrieval and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, that's the conflict for me. You know, it's I am a medium and I love mediumship, but I'm also a shaman. So when I hear mediums that I respect saying that there's no such thing as dark energy, no, absolutely, 100%. When I do sessions with people, sometimes people will have this big, crazy, wild story about this ghost in their house or several ghosts, or they follow me everywhere. And you know, and I've had conversations with people. I can think of some people that would actually come on and they would have frank conversations about when they felt like this. But then after we actually faced what those ghosts around the house were, and it was ghosts and shadows within the person, they now see things completely differently. So that is what some of these old school mediums are talking about. But I'm also saying no, there are dark energies, there are demons, there are portals, there are dark energies in the spirit world. If you're going journeying in the spirit world, you need to be aware of that. You know what I mean? Like, so a big one is, you know, look into the whatever's eyes. That if you're meeting someone in a meditation or a journey, look in their eyes. And if you can't feel that unconditional love emanating from their eyes, or you're feeling some kind of distrust, it's, you know, it's probably something trying to trick you. And as a twin flame, you need to know that, because you know, these darker energies can siphon twin flames sacred energy through the sacral chakra, through the connection. I'm not just talking about actual act of sex, although that's the biggest one. I'm talking about when someone's just, it could be people's pals that have got fucking entities around them and that. And they're, you know, think about them at times you've just been drained like fuck from somebody that you're spending loads and loads of time with. And they're going through a load of shit, and you can't, then they leave and you can't do anything with the goals and aspirations you've got. That's an entity. Doesn't mean, and this is what's difficult, it doesn't mean there's something specifically, it doesn't mean your friend is a bad person, but it's like your friend is, I don't know who this is for, but your friend is making decisions for their life, and it is like weighing them down, and they're not being the alchemist. I don't know who I'm talking to, but it feels like I'm directly talking to someone. They're making decisions for their life, that, and they're not transmuting their pain into power like I feel you are. If this is what if you're resonating with it, they're pulling eyes to 1844 now. Lots of 18 for lots of union energy here. And if people are like, what's 18-4? Quickly, 18-4, it's not only my birthday, but it's got something to do with it, because I'm the divine channel he chose to be the twin, you know, the twin flame healer for this. And it's kind of um like, and again, I always say it like that because I don't help, you know, I'm only here to help twin flames, annoyingly. You know, I've fucking tested it out. They don't, I'm going to test, I'm determined I'm going to test it again to see if they'll let me help the collective other stuff, but they usually don't. If you're not a twin flame, you're getting help, please let me know, because I need to fucking, I need to work something out anyway. But basically, because again, it's been that way for the past 10 years, but I just know at some point I will be helping people that aren't a twin flame, like as in individual sessions, but it's not happened yet. Um, but yeah, someone's friend around them, someone's pals make really bad decisions for their life, and it's dragging you down because you're maybe trying to, like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of in like any of these films I can think of where somebody's like, it's with good intention, but it's like that's really funny because I was about to say, is it Goodwill Hunting? And when I said good intentions, it made me kind of feel like that. It's, or now it's like I'm mixing up Cruel Intentions. I don't like that. I've just said that. It's like I'm mixing up the film Cruel Intentions with Goodwill Hunting. Don't ask me how I got to that. But do you mean it's like someone's got an energy vampire around them. Someone. This is like, I know the kind of things I'm seeing here, but it's for you. Whatever, work out what that means for you. Someone's making decisions for their life that are not healthy, in whatever way that means. And it's like you must be very close to them, because it's like their energies. They're pulling on your energy and they're dragging you down. look, you're a pioneer. So, and that's really interesting. So look, that's the feminine's card, that's the masculine's card. Swap it about. They're both your cards. If you're, and sorry, Connor, I'm going to read this in a minute. It's coming through. It's coming through like lava. But it's like, if this resonates with you, if you're in this wave of twin flames, I feel, it's, yes, there could be a possibility you're really in a, you're in a healthy place of inner union and things are going right for you and it's quite exciting. And then you can just shelf the bits that are about the physical union right now. That could be a possibility. But but definitely for ones where there's a strong possibility you could be talking and working things out, your twin flame, or getting answers, which doesn't always mean, oh yes, we're in union, let's move forward together. For some of you, it could just be, right, great, I'm hearing from this person, it's clearing up the confusion. That, I don't know about you, sometimes just the closure would fucking lift a big heavy weight, you know what I mean? But and anything else is just a bonus. But it's kind of like what I'm feeling here is, and that's how it should be. I've always said that before I was open out my closet about being a twin flame healer, which I keep stressing. I was that right from the start. Everybody knew that booked the session. But I would always describe it like I was always talking about self love, and that's real. But like I made up a quote once, and it's like, and there's loads of ones like this, but it was something specifically like, there's loads of analogies like this. It was something in general like, self love is like you have to make the cake, you have to mix up all the ingredients, you have to become the cake yourself, right? The self love, and then like the real love, the person you may be, the person is the cherry on top of the cake. So yeah, there's shitloads of, it was better than that. There's shitloads of analogies like that. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like you have got there yourself. So I think that would be the equivalent of accepting, like doing your shadow work, accepting yourself, really loving yourself, warts and all, who you are, being like, look, this is me on my good day, this is me on my bad day. If I accept about me, I'm attracted to somebody else that's going to accept that about me, and then I'll accept the things about them when they're having a bad day or a good day, and you know what I mean, we'll work it out together, kind of thing. And it's and then once you've got that kind of sorted and you've healed a lot of the codependency, and I know this all sounds impossible for some of you that are still sort of stuck and stuff, but it's not impossible, because that is my, I was stuck in a lot of impossible situations before at all different points in my life, right? And it's like, and I'm not now, like it's like I'm pretty much free of a lot of this stuff. It's not like my life's not perfect, but like anywhere where I felt like I was trapped like that, I got out of it, but it wasn't an overnight sort of process. So it's hard to sort of, I can pinpoint that more in personal sessions, and that's why, it's good to have them. But what I'm really getting from this is it's like the feminine's an alchemist, therefore the masculine's feminine side's also an alchemist, but the masculine's a pioneer. And so can you see why a lot of the masculines, male and female, they get stunted so much from like growing in the way that you're meant to? Because you're a pioneer, like you've got ideas that could potentially change the world and shift things, in a different direction. And I've had the pleasure and honor of working with loads of divine masculines, female and male, that are like that, that have, you could change the system. Like Connor, you're definitely one of them too. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So we've got passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So, and then we've got shadow attribute, compulsive need to keep moving on. Sorry to laugh, guys, but compulsive need to keep moving on. Hello, when someone's in player mode, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, male or female, but that, you know what I mean? But it came up right. So basically, you're the alchemist and you're the pioneer for the group of twins that resonate with this. And let's not overcomplicate it, but we love it. Oh, that's interesting. Look, beggar and beggar and thief. They're all just peeking out. So confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So look, again, that's what's awakening, and or you help awaken that in others. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort, or I mean, you've got. I think, although that was upright, I think, look, beggars, energy vampires. That's what I think they're saying to me. But again, I think it's because this is what it is. That message can be for loads of women and men, whether your friend's a woman or a man, right? It's like you've got this ability to turn a negative situation. But I don't like the word positive, but you can turn lead into gold. You can turn pain into power. And there's someone around you that's like leeching off you, like they can recognize that, and they're too lazy. I don't like the word lazy, so that's how you know it's just flowing through, because I don't like that word, but it's like, because I just don't think it's healthy. If you've got ADHD and you work with people with ADHD, which is that me in both these cases, I ban the word lazy where possible, because it's not, when you've got ADHD, it's not laziness. It's like you're freezing, you're exhausted because of the mental power it takes to do fucking anything. And then add trauma on top of that. So, don't be hard on yourself if that's you. But like I always say, that when people talk about mental health, right? I've said this the whole time, but definitely since 2020. But who hasn't got mental health in these day and age? Like the way that, especially, the way that people were treated for not making certain decisions about their body, hashtag bullying, like that could have driven a lot of people into a very dark place. But a lot of us that were here to stand strong, you can tell it's the very last degree of Aquarius moon as I'm channeling this, because that is the rebel, it's the free spirit. It's the person that's like, nah, you're no fucking, I'm not doing that. Get the fuck. You can all line up and get that. I'm not doing that. Fine. Oh, I've lost all my friends. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. At least I've got my sanity and my sovereignty. What's that? What's that? Oh, you can't. You might lose your twin flame union. That's fine. At least I've not lost my own fucking values and my sovereignty. What your family might target? That's fine. That's fine. At least I've got my. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people didn't choose themselves. So anyway, that's the only bit that's coming in though. But yeah, there's something about somebody's very overly dependent on you. Like they're lazy, they're wanting you to solve all their problems. So that's pretty harsh. But it's pretty harsh, but I see it all the time. So boom. That's to identify whether this is going to make sense to you. Now I'm going to read Connor's comments before I go into the rest of it. So, and if we could kind of hurry this up a little bit, guys, because time gets on doing this. Also, by the way, see what you said about The Alchemist? I had that book on my book, that's my nightstand, for years, like as manifesting. Like basically to be in that energy. And I don't now, and I haven't had it sitting there for years, but in quite a lot of other flats, I had to be, but true story, you probably know where I'm going with this. I hadn't read it. I just knew the general gist, because that's the thing. If you're new to me, because I'm very like a modern female Edgar Casey in that way, where I just need to have a book near me and I download all the energy from it. It's weird. But yeah, I had it there specifically because it was like, yeah, I loved the story of it. What I knew of it basically, because I just don't like reading books unless I really want to. Yeah, it annoys me. Like I want a life coach to scream at me, "Come on, son, pull yourself together." Yeah, well, that's why you need to get on the session. Hello, life coach. Along with all the other things. But yeah, it feels like the steps I take during these times will be the ones that stay with me. Start as you mean to go on. Coffees and teas out, sugar detox. Connor, this is amazing. I was just saying that to my friend today. Like when I'm sharing about when I'm like fasting stuff like that and detox, like I wasn't meaning like for other people to do it, but like I'm really starting to wonder whether that should be part of the membership. Like when I'll actually like guide people through it, because I can hold such a strong intention for a group. So yeah, when actual people join the higher ones, we can. But I'm really glad that you're taking that one for you, because you will feel the benefit of it. Because I'm honestly like I am like, I don't want to speak too soon, but I am releasing the weight at last. But that I've been chipping away at that for fucking ages. So, but that's because I knew I had to be patient, and I had to release a lot of the trauma that was stuck. And now that I've done a lot of that, the weight has been released, and that's what the courses you pay a lot of money for that are to do with exercise and food, and these people wouldn't say all that. You've got to know your own body and the things you went through, and different. You've got to, like I say, I tailor make my sessions to the person. I hear your story, and then I tune in, and I had to do that for myself. But thank Christ. Right, so definitely want to do that juicing soon. Just don't know how I'm going to feel during it, how my energy levels, patience will be for the boring paperwork. That's fine, you'll do it. Just don't. This is what I mean. Yes, there we go. I was just about to say you need to book the session. I knew I saw that somewhere. I hadn't known if it was up here. Defo time for that. It is defo time for the session soon. So maybe just give me an idea. Like you said, apart from this week, I'm always around Tuesday to Friday. If it happens to land on a Pisces moon, like it does Tuesday, but you know what I mean. But that's good because that's tomorrow, Wednesday anyway. So see what I mean. Even if it wasn't solstice week, I wouldn't have been working those days because I just know myself well. I just want to sit about my jammies those days. So that's why I promised my friend. I was like, right, I'm gonna be off by 10. I said, really, I should be off by 10, but I kind of said midnight was my cut off, and I went, nah, there's no need to be on until midnight for fuck's sake. If I started at 6, but I didn't come off on until half 6, but I'm not sitting till fucking midnight. I'll be coming off about 11:11. July, right? Well, I'll hold you to that. I'll be looking out for you in July. That's very soon. I hope you know how soon July is. um, oh, you could totally do a stand-up routine about the jibber jabber. Yes, I absolutely could. I don't know how that don't know how that would go down. Kind of awkward, isn't it? Kind of awkward. Limbo. Look, I'm sure that look, somebody feels in limbo here. Seek clarity on mixed signals. How weird is that? I'm not even at that deck yet. So again, I feel you're a divine feminine that you feel in limbo. And it's like, you know, you just want clarity on where this other person's at. And you could have been in that for fucking years. You know, some of you could have been in it for a decade, you know what I mean? It's real story, you know, for a lot of people. Or you know, this could be the masculine that's in limbo. Like they have awakened to their feelings and they're like, I just want to know. This person might be done with me because I've taken like forever, but like I just want to know if I fucked it or not. Is there any chance of like, is there any chance of salvaging anything with you now that I have realized you are the other half of my soul? Yes, you may have even tried to tell me that, but you did, you know, a lot of you wouldn't have. There's no fucking way. I preferred to tell mine this way. So, you know, and I don't think it would have been much of a shock. I'm pretty sure he noticed it a long time ago, but he might not always have the exact words for it, but right, okay, so let's move on. Let's pull a little scripture card. Where are they? Here they are, because I've done it all round about to me. So what have we got? A wee scripture. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Now that's fascinating to me because on the shorts, I think it's the one that's published, and the one that I shorts to advertise here, but unfortunately I published it right as I was going live because I fucking recorded them. Then my friend came and the timing was all so divine. You'll see that when it gets towards the 22nd. It was, yeah, it was all part of the message, and it was actually it's very like this title. But anyway, I would have uploaded it earlier. But the point was, I said something like someone's been protecting you, so that's coming into this here. I think the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and His ears are attentive to their prayer. So we've got a Peter popping in there too, right? So let's now do. I feel the so again. I'll go a bit fast so that this might give us a fucking fighting chance of um I'm going to add a wee bit more in that timer. There's just no fucking way I'm going to get that. Right, okay. So let's see. So for the divine feminine in the past, what was going on here? But also, this can be the divine masculine's feelings and receptive side too. So we'll just see what comes out because this is a very mixed bag deck too. So what have we got? I love shuffling these though. They're quite satisfying. It's hard to explain, but they're satisfying to shuffle. So that's what on what in the fuck was I saying? What in the fuck was it again? This is why, you know, have you noticed, right? Again, sorry I get so geeky about this, but I'm just explaining it to you. And other people that do similar to this, if you do similar to this, fucking hell, but you know, you'll do it your own way. It's like, and that's funny, I'm homing in on it, because like we know by now, because it's Aquarius, Aquarius doesn't like to be like anyone else. Aquarius likes to be different and unique. And that is absolutely me. I'm not Aquarius, but my moon conjuncts Uranus, which rules it. So I don't like, can't stand when people copy other people, you know, but there are, like I've said before, there are a lot of things where like I've noticed people in my soul group, we can all like intuitively seem to use a lot of the same words and stuff like that. Like I've noticed that for years. It's really weird. That's how I can often recognize that somebody is my soul family. If they're, you know what I mean, if I find people, I'm like, that's quite strange. But look what I was saying, unhealthy attachment. So I feel this is so the divine feminine in the past, you had an unhealthy attachment around you. So I was homing in on friend. So, and remember that is part of this too, because Aquarius 11th house, I'm going to put in the title after. That's what this is. So that's why they're making me pick up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Karmic Friends comes out that deck. Aquarius is the house of friendships. I feel in the past you either had a few people around you that were unhealthy attachments. Could you be like energy vampires? And I've explained before, don't make it, doesn't need to be personal about the person. It's just if you had people around you where your values and your morals and stuff weren't matching up, and someone just felt not balanced or not right. I feel if you're the feminine male or female, you had that in the past. But this a more stronger feeling that this is kind of quite present or recent past. The masculine in their feminine side has an unhealthy attachment. Now, the unhealthy attachment doesn't actually need to be a person. I'm only saying it's a friend because of what I've channeled before getting into all of this. The unhealthy attachment could be like an addiction, or it could be like, it feels codependent though, and it does feel female. So it feels like whoever this is, whether this is someone's female friend or it could be female lovers in some cases, regardless of whatever gender you are too. But it's like there was an unhealthy attachment in the past that a feminine had, and now that has been mirrored with a masculine. So if that resonates for you, that's what was going on in the past. But you're the person of my dreams. But I feel that that's what they're saying is it's like in the past for the divine feminine, you had unhealthy habits and maybe even addictions and things around you that weren't good and they were holding you back. But you always saw this masculine as they're the person of your dreams. But I feel it's like you put them on a pedestal way. So I think it's like, you were like, oh yeah, wow, like in another life, I would be your girl. That's Katy Perry, but you know what I'm saying? Or change the gender, whatever you're, I'd be your guy. It's like if you're the feminine male or female, you were like, yeah, things are different. I would like love to be with him, but it's never gonna happen. So I'll just grab what I can, kind of thing. Is what so but so this is whether it's the feminine or the masculine. That's really what I'm feeling here. And but then we've got in the back. I can see my future. I can see myself with you in the future. So again, this is funny because it's like at first it was like I was channeling the feminine. Now I feel we're spilling over it, and this masculine in the past also is mirroring you. It had some sort of unhealthy attachment. So again, remember, it's not always that you're mirroring the exact same time. Sometimes it can be like there can be like years, honestly, fucking years delay of like when things mirror. So it's really fascinating because I've got that bird's eye view of over such a long time of listening to so many twin flames. If you can't see what the mirroring's been in your life, like I listen to people and I'm like, wow, what did you say about them? And what did you say about you? Right, can you see that? And they'll be like, oh my god, I never noticed that. And it's especially good if like a twin flame is kind of saying something quite going in on their own twin flame. And I'm quite good at being like, the jot like again that's that Lady Portia kind of Lady Portia, white feathers, just matte energy, like being fair about it. Like, well, wait a minute, actually, can you see when you were ever in a time in your life where it might be? And you know what I mean? It's good. It's hard to explain, but that's kind of how I do it, people. Um, but yeah, I feel the masculine as well. They had an unhealthy attachment around them. Now, whether this was long in the past, like with you, because I feel if this is you, if you're the femme, this is a while ago, or more recent, or for some, it could be that they've still got this influence around them, but you're the person of their dreams, and they could have been putting you on a pedestal. And I can see myself with you in the future, but not right, but always holding off. So that's quite interesting. Let's see what comes out for the masculine now. Because, like I said, that's the way comes through because the masculine has a feminine side. So this is for the masculine and the feminine's masculine side, putting up boundaries or lack of decision making or lack of where you procrastinate, where you take action, where you don't take action, and any other things you associate with masculine energy, overthinking or being decisive. For the masculine in the past, I don't know what I want. Quite simply, you know what I mean? That's the way for a lot of divine masculines. I still have growth. I still have growth. Fuck real. Listen, these cards are talking. I don't know what I want, and I still have grown to do. That was in reverse, but I'm showing it upright because it's like in the past, this divine masculine, male or female, they didn't know what they wanted. They still had grown to do. That actually, you could have just been too young. You know what I mean? Now you could have been literally young in age, and this connection was too strong. To like, wow, this feels really. That's so funny. I can see myself with you in the future. Do you mean it's like someone's like, I'll come back for you, but I'm not going to tell you I'm going to come back for you because that can make things complicated. I'm just going to think to myself, I'll come back for you. But you know what I mean? That can go on for years. Again, now I see why it's not a coincidence. I was referring to One Day earlier with my friend. Films like One Day, Love Rosie, that one's really fucking frustrating. Anyway, if you've seen any of these films, and if you haven't, I highly recommend you watch them. Like my friend today hadn't saw one of them, and she has watched it now. It's just basically the gist of people know right from the get go, from very young age, they're in love with each other. But a lot of people are like, oh, this is too good to be true. You know, there's something wrong with this. We've got to find a hole in the boat. We've got to make something wrong with them, or there's something wrong with us that they won't accept me because it's like this big fucking horrible thing about me that nobody's ever going to accept ever. So it's like, I'll just pick a karmic energy because I don't really care about them as much. So it's like, sorry, that's really blunt the way that came out, but that could be a lot of how it goes. But it's like, they don't bring up as much triggers. That's the best way to put it. But everyone will trigger you. You know what I mean? It's just your twin flame, it would be in a more extreme way. But yeah, so again, I feel in the past, yeah, this person didn't know what they wanted and they still had grown to do. They might not have, saw it that way, but that's what's coming through. But now, because also the past energy could be, I don't know what I want, and this person has grown a lot, and still there's a bit of confusion there. So the past can be yesterday, the past can be a few weeks ago, yesterday, 6 months ago, 6 years ago. That's for you to decide if this is resonating. What have we got for another one for the mask? And that's also the feminine as well. So think about it. You didn't know what you wanted in the past, and you still had grown to do. So I could see how this could be quite collective with what I'm saying. Wasn't the right time, right person, wrong timing vibes. What else for the masculine in the past? There is a third party. So, with what I've channeled there, I was kind of feeling that, with the codependent, well, with the I've just realised. So again, this is why I love this, that they poured all of that out me with that one card. The feminine's an alchemist, the masculine's a pioneer, the karmic energy is holding the pioneer back, siphoning the alchemist's energy, draining energy vampires. And again, that doesn't need to be a lover, but that kind of sound like the way I'm describing it. That could be a family member, that could be a friend, that the third party could be an addiction. So however that all fits, it could be fucking bad luck if it's all of it. But what else? These cards always spill the tea. I'm done playing games. Yeah, there's one that says this was just a fling. Remember that came out on one of the other ones. I'm done playing games. So again, I feel that's just. Who the fuck is that? Honestly, like, talk about last degree of Aquarius. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to think if I have ordered anything. Probably see if it's for someone else. Fucking does my nothing. Fucking knew it. I felt it. I should have just ignored it. It wasn't for me. I knew it. Fucking nippy. I love living in a flat, but that's what I don't love. And you can't silence a fucking buzzer. Sake. Anyway, right, moving on. Right, so yeah, so this person is done playing games. So it feels like, they didn't know what they wanted. They still had grown to do. They had to learn the lessons with the karmic energies. For some people, it is just a case of maybe you met really young and it's like you hadn't experienced life and you would have treated each other like crap, or someone would have treated. So it's basically, but this person is done playing games. So, right, present energy now. So, what have we got? Oh, that's interesting being drawn to them. Right, so what have we got for the feminine presently then? And the masculine's feminine side. This is a Russian roulette deck. A lot of them are. And get ready, wait for Pisces. Again, the Aquarius one and the Pisces one are both the ones where they'll probably get more. I mean, I'm not, yeah, who knows? But historically, when I've looked back, they get more views because it's like they spill more of the tea. Because Aquarius is shock, surprises, expect unexpected. And Pisces is hidden secrets. And this is the things that I'm good at picking up on. So basically, if you're the divine feminine, love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. Presently, I feel now again, this comes up in Aquarius quite a lot because I noticed when I looked at, like, you know, how I was saying what they make me wear is part of it. So the fact that I'm in all black right now, it's kind of given a bit of Sandy from Greece vibes actually now. I think it would have been really good if I had my really nice curls in, but these are shitey curls. But anyway, it's like because my mum and like my friend were admiring that, and I was like, I've had this top for like fucking far too long anyway, but I do quite like it. But the point is it's like that is like alchemy to me. Do you know what I mean? When you wear black, it's quite protective energy. So I really do feel here though, like what I've noticed is on the Aquarius live streams, I pick up on, you know, some kind of surprise coming your way. Like these are the ones where I've picked up on, like, you know, like proposals and stuff like that. And you know, and it's I'm not getting that just now. If it I feel it, like it'll come out in the cards, but like it's I do feel there is some sort of gift coming your way because it's got like presents. Maybe you've got a birthday or something, or um but I feel it's like, you know, the words are love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. But really, what I'm getting at is it's two of the times when I've done this, I've wore that T-shirt that says something amazing is about to happen. So I feel, you know, something amazing about to happen, and I feel, you know, it's because this is for the present. It's and like I said, annoyingly, the present can be a lot of your futures. It's, you know, or it could be your past has already happened. But it's like I do feel there is some sort of gift coming towards you, and I mean the gift could be the gift of, you know, clarity, the gift of closure, the gift of somebody expressing their feelings to you. It'll be different for different people, but it's there's something the gift of awareness. It feels you've come into a place of acceptance, and that's a gift in itself when you do finally let go. And it's always that thing when you finally let go, the twin flame feels it and they pop up again. It's like Erin when you're oh, guys, what the fuck was I saying? I knew when I was talking like that. So yeah, I feel, you know, well, it skipped the proposal, went straight to a wedding. That's union. I was tapping in there. So for a few people, it's exactly what I was saying. It's like the gift of this union is coming to you, and it could end up in a literal marriage. But because wedding to me also just means union, it's just picking up on what the title says, taking your relationship to the next level one step at a time. So it's like, you know, it's strong energy here coming towards you for the feminine. So it's you, yeah, this is in line with the title. You must feel that a union is close, you know, because it's not exactly a wedding if you've not seen this person, but it's yeah, think about the many times I said 1804. So right, okay. That's quite nuts. That's why they got me to use that deck. So what have we got for now? This will be very interesting. I'll get me what have we got for the masculine? And my head's on fire right now, so I feel there's a lot of extreme downloads coming in at the upper, you know, the upper chakras, the crown and the soul star and all the many above that people don't talk about. It's like this masculine's fully lit up at the crown chakra and above and the soul star. They know where they want to be. And yeah, that card that said, you know, it's simple really. How do I feel? I want you, us, forever. Because I've been settling in the past because it came out reversed. I actually pulled that for the feminine too, but it was like the way I'd pulled all the cards, I looked at it and I didn't see it. Avoid settling for less than you deserve in love. So basically, this came out reversed for the feminine and the masculine, right? You've both settled in the past. I'll show you it upright, but it came out. This masculine's done settling in the present. So if you're the masculine, male or female, you've been settling, or you still could be, but you're not settling anymore. See how that could cause the disruption, the chaos. But I think, sorry guys, this is so hilarious. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't think I'll ever be used to it. And that, you know, that is part of the charm, you know, and it's not put on, it's real. I said all these words because it's not me, they're just talking through me. How many times did I keep saying closure? Right? The problem in this is, though, this group of masculines could be in still a bit of a battle of the ego. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just turn Love Island on. You'll see it. You know, it's fucking embarrassing, man. And everybody goes through it, but it's like, you know, it's like, well, why are you watching it, Claire? Because it's fucking entertaining, right? There's nothing else on. But and I love people watching. But what I'm trying to get is like the amount of ego in both the girls and the guys in the first week is like, oh, cringe. And like even like but it's like, hello Charlotte, how you doing? Um yeah, like there was a new girl. This is going to be relevant. There was a new girl that came in last night, and I was like, that is so unattractive. And it is important. Like, there's a difference between being confident and being like fucking think you're untouchable and like fucking up yourself. Like the girl was like, well, who could blame them? Like I think she said to one of the guys, she was like, I think we all fancy make it. She literally said that, and I'm like, look, I'm going to go in here. People on Love Island are very good looking, right? That's just a thing. They don't really put in ugly people. I'm sorry. I don't find them all attractive, but typically speaking, they feel, they put, well, I don't know actually. None of the, again, they're too young now for me to comment, but nah, I would comment if there's nobody, none of them are really my cup of tea, to be honest. But the point is, that girl that's saying it, she's not like that. You know what I mean? Unless I'm just a woman not seeing it. But it's like, yeah, she's not, no. Like, I don't think she's hot enough to be talking like that. Basically, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like thinking, like it's not attractive even if you were really, really hot. But like, because actually, I'm more thinking of like the one that was on the start of the year, where you remember that girl I kept saying the red flag. She is hot, like she's really hot. But it makes her not hot because of the way she, you know what I mean? Like because of her behavior, because of the way she spoke to the guy when she told him to shut the fuck up. I'm like, that makes you like not attractive. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Some people are attractive anyway, whatever. But the point is, it's just lots of ego, and it's like, oh, But there's still some of them are quite young. Some of them are in their 30s though, but or they're 30 rather. But it's just yeah, it's cringe. Anyway, it's worth watching. But the point is I think I'm kind of picking up on a bit of this because we've got apology in reverse and we've got closure in reverse. So there's Dog Island. Where'd they go? I wouldn't go that far. Fucking hell. You put it this way. They put free fucking whatever bomb things in. What are they called again? I always forget. It's not love bombers. They fucking are love bombers, but bombshells, that's it. She wasn't the hottest. But again, each to their own. She was the other two were quite hot, but I mean she was, you know what I mean? I was like, Ken, you better just fucking sit yourself, dude. Talking like that. You're on the telly. There's millions of people tuning in. That's embarrassing. Anyway. But and then actually the one that is there is a really, really hot girl, but she's just coming across like a total bitch. I mean, she might pull it back tonight, but she's coming across like she's just there's a wee couple that are looking really cute, getting to know each other, and she's just went in there fucking like, brutal. He was flirting though. And then it's like, I don't know what way that's gonna go, because it is a bit scary that they've been in there a couple of days and the girl's like, you were trying to take away my man. And it's like it started 6 days ago. It started 6 days ago. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's not how I would choose to live my life, but that's the rules of Love Island. If you're not actually exclusive yet, you can fucking apparently you just. Do you know what happened the other day? That was so bad, right? Some like they basically they weren't even sleeping yet. The lights had barely went out, and the girl came over, tapped the guy on the foot, and then they both ran away to the hideaway because the rules are if you're not exclusive, you can fuck off with somebody else to the other. Could you imagine the fucking carnage that would fucking cause if oh, we never said we're boyfriend and girlfriend, so I just thought I'd fuck off with like do you know what I mean? This does happen at parties, doesn't it? I'm probably channeling something really fucking weird. I can tell I am. But basically, it was a bit weird. But it's not like it's not that. I nearly said it's not that deep. You know how I hate that saying, but I say it more when I watch that because they all say it. But it really isn't that deep right now. They hardly know each other. So it's quite funny watching this girl. Except it's not funny. I don't like it because she's only 22 and your frontal lobe is still developing because the other older one was trying to tell her that. But it's like, yeah, anyway, that'll be interesting development. But to get back to this, but it'll be all be part of it. this person's got struggling with apologizing and bringing some sort of closure the divine feminine's way. So again, do you see how it's collective, guys? I can't see a lot of people. A lot of people I've worked with, I can't see how this is different from a lot of people. But never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology, is when it's upright, and closure. Not all connections are meant to be except closure. But notice this is important. This is, see, when I said it like that, you know, I know, because I mean, I'll probably watch this back a month from now, going by what I've not been watching them. But look at the way I said it. A lot of divine masculines won't give you the closure chat because they don't want there to be a closure. We saw that this person was like, I'll come back for you, but I can't tell you I'm coming back for you, but I'm coming back for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like doing a bit of a Clark Kent. I'll come back for you when I feel I've got my shit together. So yeah, just you wait there. But that's why it's in reverse. This person presently, they're not giving you closure. They're not telling you it's not meant to be. And they're not wanting you to do that. But also they're struggling to come forward with a heartfelt apology. Now this could simply just be because it's awkward as tits, you know? Sacrifice. Love may come with sacrifices. Evaluate what you're willing to give up. But I feel that's to do with the burdens card at the start. This person has responsibilities and it's going to really disrupt the peace. So it's like they have to really think about it before they come forward. And that's fair enough. But it does feel like it feels like it's a bit of a turning point for many people where too much time is passing. And that's an understatement for people that have been on this journey like a very long time. Yeah, I'm walking about in Johnny Cash all black just now as per usual. We're twinning. Been thinking I really need to get some colours in my wardrobe. It's good for you to keep an eye on what the masses are watching, but need a new realistic version. Yes, I know, because I was saying that to my friend today. It is really, it's like I'm not going to stop watching it, right? Because there's nothing else to like. I do like watching it, but it is just so like not relatable with a lot of it because they're so young now. You know what I mean? Like I'm 41 and they're like in their early 20s, and it wasn't even like that when I was that age. I just feel sorry for a lot of them. You're enough. So I feel with that jumping out like that, right? Again, I do the feminine and the masculine first, but it's both. I feel in the past you didn't feel good enough. Now this is a real shame, but I feel both of you didn't feel good enough for each other or ready for each other. And it was, if the feminine, if you didn't feel good enough for the masculine, like I've explained loads of times, well, basically that's the point. Not for everyone, because you wouldn't have realised that because of what you are to each other, if you're feeling like they're too good for you, guess what they mirror back? And there's no fairness in this. So if you really resonate with this, I'd imagine at some point you felt like you weren't, I mean, like you were looking at them like, like I say all the time, it's funny, I always say this, but it's like, look, they're pulling me to the unicorns on this little high chair thing that my niece has got here. And it's like, you looked at them like they were, you put them on a pedestal. And so it's like they have then mirrored that back. But it's like, I really just feel it's like both people not realizing you're thinking that about each other, but it manifests in different ways. The person you're meant to be with will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. Look about when I channeled about the bit where it's like, once you can accept yourself and, you attract somebody in that they've accepted their self enough, that these fears about all the insecurities, about the things that you don't like about yourself, they're not as strong and as like, a big thorn in your side because you've made peace with it yourself. And again, I'm going to say what I say all the time. Good therapy, good counselling does that. So it's not impossible. A lot of people think, oh, it's unattainable. It's not. Yes, it's annoying that anyone should have to do that, but it does work. It really just depends. Some people aren't that in need of it. They can get by, but basically faking it till you make it. That's what I done until I got therapy. What age was I? Around the age of therapy. I was faking it till I made it. You know what I mean? Like I could just sort of blend in, and then all my friends were, again they were. I was going to say confident, but yeah, no, it's not. They were loud. That's not the same as confident, and that's why there was a clash with a lot of people around me to see it's Aquarius, because I then became actually genuinely confident, and I wasn't masking, you know, with just being loud and the most. Sometimes it's not always the loud. And again, I'm not a good example of this because when I'm on a fucking live stream, I have to be loud. I'm the person that's got the fucking literally holding the mic. But you know what I mean? There's always people that are a bit extra, really loud and are grabbing all the attention, fucking cartwheeling and doing all the dancing. Oh, look at me, look at me. And it's not always like, you know, that genuine. It's like covering up. So it's, you'll find that if you have really worked at your inner self and your emotions, there will be a disconnect between these people you've had around you because they'll not like it. That it's like, oh, right, wait a minute, you actually don't need a drink. And I do. I can't be this all singing, dancing person without this alcohol. Like, I need this for confidence. And so, again, whether you're a man or a woman, I think loads of people are going to resonate with that. But yeah, you, the person you're meant to be with, will love you the way you are. You don't need to change. So, again, I know you could be like, oh, well, why the fuck do we need to go through this big fucking, you know, alchemical process as a twin flame and do all this big shit, like the fucking pressure to being a pioneer? It's not like that. If you're meant to be a pioneer or something, you'll get all the downloads. You'll have had the vision a long time. You know, it will all start coming together. And sometimes it's years after. Like some of the ways in which I know I am here to help the collective, they've not happened yet, but I have saw them for years beyond that. Just like I see things about twin flames in general. And like I said, some of them are starting to manifest. Like these unions are coming together in this chaotic. The storm, you know what I mean? The storm is the solar storm energy that's going on, that's creating all this crazy energy around. But I still do think for some people, with all the hot weather, it could be like an actual storm where things come together. But yeah, limbo. They keep pulling me to limbo. So I think we'll need to use this deck now. Something's in limbo. And it's not going to be soon. The answers are coming. Right, what have we got for another one of these? Leave, look what I was just saying about the fears. Leave behind your fears. They're stopping this relationship from blossoming. Oh my God, but I always go OTT when I pull this card. That's meant to be your fears, and I'm sure you're an intelligent person, you worked that one out. But look at what I've been picking up on here. They are stopping this relationship from blossoming. That's the female energy. Again, for some of you, it could be male, but I would say if it's male, it's a Jezebel spirit in a male, like a bitchy, gossipy guy, pal. But I'm feeling female. And that can happen. These fucking spirits can hide in these bitchy guys. But it's like they are stopping this relationship from blossoming. And that's come out in the masculine side, but that's the feminine's masculine side too. It's like there's an energy vampire around someone that's, I think it's exacerbating somebody's fear. Tell something else about that. So it's like a friend around somebody that's like, oh, that's not going to work out anyway, mate. Or, yeah, I think you better get real. Or how would that even fit around your life? Or, you know, or I think a lot of things would be, oh, yeah, she's really high maintenance. She's like asking for things really. And it's like, no, I mean, it's like, it's guys that are used to getting away with fucking everything and just being with women that don't speak up about it, you know, just kind of fucking do the housework, look after the kids, don't fucking do much else than that. Be ready when out. You know what I'm saying? That type of old school. It's like this feels like someone's kind of friend that's a bit like she's too mouthy, or she would be really hard work, and it's you know. And the thing is what I would say if you, I feel like I'm channeling it very much like the masculine's a male and the divine feminine's a female. If you're new, it's just the way the channeling comes through, right? But it's change it however it feels. But I'm going with that. That's what I'm strongly feeling into right now. If you're a female and I wouldn't worry about that anyway, because it's a bit like a channeling I done like 6 months ago or something, and I picked up on the most, and see, like they're really making me remember that because this is about friendship, because it's Aquarius. I picked up on a really horrible channel, and I remember it was really horrible at the time. It was a really toxic friendship group of males and females, and it's like, see with that, if you're the feminine, your guides and angels, that you're not allowed anywhere near these people, and if your twin flame is picking these people over this connection, like let them bash on with it for now, you know, because they'll only see through that when they're meant to. And it's kind of like there's something really strongly coming through there about you wouldn't want somebody that was agreeing with a friend like that anyway, I would imagine. You know what I mean? Like somebody that only wants somebody's like a trophy girlfriend or a trophy wife. Like just look good, just fucking do what I say. Like, fuck that, that's no divine feminine. And that's what I would say. You might think, well, I'm sure that is my twin flame, or I'm sure that's my twin flame. You know, whatever, however certain you are on the journey, it's kind of like they are acting like that. Yeah, they're not awake yet. And again, remember, Aquarius is awakening. So, you know, you'll know when they're awake. They'll be try to get in touch, you know, after, but again, and that's what I feel I'm picking up on here. Somebody wants to apologize and they don't want this to be, they don't want to give you closure because they don't want it to be over. And that's the whole time. But it's like this person's, I feel this person's scared of coming forward because I'm still in the pit. This person's scared of coming forward and apologizing because they're worried if they apologize and they give you the closure and the truth, then that's it. The door's closed, and you know what I mean? Open yourself to others. This is how you will create new friendships and attract a love relationship. This person doesn't want that to happen for you. That's the truth. Let's get the other. Yeah, your twin flame. Oh, thanks for backing me up, guys. It's exactly what I said without the cards at some bits. Your twin flame doesn't want you to attract new friendships that could turn into a love relationship because they know they're your twin flame. They just weren't ready. Again, they had to work on their confidence. They had to clear whatever they need to clear in their life. That's the way the journey is designed. I know it's don't shoot the messenger. It's not fair, but that is if you're on the twin flame journey, you'll get it. This person is your mirror soul. This is why this connection feels so sacred to you. But that's right. So I feel I want to go to this other deck with what's came through there. Oh yes, there they are. I was wondering. So could you just for what I just picked up in there, could the masculines add a wee bit more to that? There's a card in this that says everything I do it for you. No, I do it for our future. And we've already had a card like that. I'm still laughing that you called it Dog Island. That's it's no Dog Island, Connor. They're good looking, but there's nobody that's really I wouldn't say any of them are like a knockout the park good looking ones. Yeah. I mean, but they're good looking, but the guys aren't really. But again, like I said, it's just I'm just I don't know. I miss kissing you. That's my favorite card in that deck. So yeah, you see, I mean that's something they don't want to close the door on it because they're thinking about memories of the past and I'm making a plan to come back to you. I think we can give me that one. You're so different than what I'm used to, but I like it. See how that fits with what I just said? You're so different than what I'm used to because in the past, I it's good if I've got an agreeable woman around me. Sorry, I'm picking up on some old school men, boys really. I mean, this is men boys I'm picking up on. And like immature men boys. And I'm also picking up on some very immature friends. And I mean, let's face it, some of these friends could be people's fucking dads and fucking whatever else around them. Shite advice. I fear that if you get too close, you'll hurt me. My life has changed so much since meeting you. Yeah. So, and I've got a tarot reading on you. And funny thing is, whenever I pull that card, that could be like people that tune in to, like to things like this, all the people that do this. Um, right, let's move on to the next one. But it's you see how I was saying it, and then the cards are basically saying the same thing. So if you're new, that's what happens all the time. That's basically what it is. This is really building a theme of someone wasn't ready. They put you on the back burner. Sorry, don't like saying it like that, but that's the way it's coming through. They've thought, I want that one, but not that one yet. I need to go and I want to go and play games because it said I'm done playing it. I want to go and play about. I want to have fun. I want to sow my wild oats. And also, this feels a bit too serious. I'm not ready for this, so I'm going to go and have fun. And I'm going to come back and get you later, but I'm not going to tell you that. That's the way it's come through. But again, it might not be that as calculating as it's coming through. It could be just this person. Like again, I keep hearing that. Keep it in another life. I would be your girl. Like this person wanted that, but didn't think it was ever going to happen. So you know what I mean. And that's a whole different story, isn't it? And I could see how that'd be possible for a lot of people too. So tell us, I wasn't really going by my questions, but give us something, what would get this masculine out of their comfort zone? I'm still healing. When I pull away from you, I'm afraid of being hurt. Oh my God, that's right after that other one that said that. It's nothing you're doing wrong. Please don't take it personally. You're doing everything right. But I feel what would move this masculine out of the comfort zone, because I pulled and still healing, is not being in a ever looping pattern of still healing, still healing. You can be in a still healing phase for too long. They will never compare to you. So look at what I've picked up on. This is, yeah, it is something of like so again, for some people it could be the female energy, the codependent beggar energy, whatever else comes through, could be like someone's partner, or like I said, it could be a close, whatever it is, or like a situationship or something. But they will never compare to you. So it's like you're being the dream to somebody, and you know what I mean. It's again, it's come through brutal, but it's the way it's come through. But like that was in reverse. So somebody could be healing from settling for something in the past. And I'm afraid of commitment, but it was in reverse too. So yeah, somebody's healing from something from the past that was codependent. They're working through fears of commitment. And I feel this is someone accepting no one's ever gonna beat how I, that's how I'm hearing. I'm hearing somebody saying nobody's ever gonna beat how I feel. That's a weird way to say it, but about you. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. Like it's like somebody, the excitement comes from the divine feminine. Like this person doesn't get excited about the thought of anyone other than you popping up on their phone. And I feel it's kind of energy where they're, you know, people do pop up on their phone, but it's not the same feeling. I feel you. My spider sense is tingling. Are you thinking of me? Because I'm definitely thinking of you. And that's, I'm tuning into somebody that's like tapping into their sixth sense. I'm learning who I am and I was in denial. That fits with it too. Again, I'm so tired I could sit with these cards all night, but it's like someone's learning who they are, they're awakening, and they're coming out of denial. And remember, Aquarius is the awakening energy. I feel like there's a reason we've been brought together, like we have a mission together, and I want to be part of that. So I'm learning my lessons. The mission energy would come in the 11th house too, because that's about reaching the masses. It's the internet. So, you know, and even if you don't work on the internet, it's like, you know, it's just reaching the community and stuff. So I was in denial. I'm sorry I hid my real feelings for you. I've always been in love with you. Again, that's kind of picking up on what I'm feeling, that this has been a long time you've known this person. And I'm a coward for not admitting that to you sooner. I'm gaining the courage to tell you face to face. Right. And we will put them there. And so that's what that was about, getting out your comfort zone, that one. Right. So karmic lessons, we'll pick up this deck. So what's a karmic lesson for the feminine? Or is the energy being cleared a lot for the feminine and the masculine feminine side? Yeah, I felt that was going to come out. So compassion, higher heart opening. So the karmic lesson is to keep your heart open, you know, to be compassionate. 11:11, it's divine time to remember that if you're tuning into this and you resonate, you're a twin flame, you're divine feminine, that you've come in here with your own mission yourself and a mission with your twin flame. And your mission was, can you stay in compassion, unconditional love? Can you stay understanding that you would awaken to this at some point that could have been a long time before your twin flame is. And like I've said before, even if they do actually know, it doesn't mean they're going to do anything about it, because they might have their own a lot of stuff that for them to work through that they could stall on for a while before they do. But if I would say, if you are true twin flames, that that fire will be lit under their ass at some point. Like God will do it, the divine will do it, a tower moment. And remember the cards at the start: disruption, tower cards, energy, disruption, and burdens. Um, Right, so, because that's God's way of saying, hey, you, we've just handed you a gift. Oh, yeah, and look, the feminine got gift. We've handed you a gift to get you out of a dark place, and you've just chucked it in the garbage. Like, do you realize that? Like, do you want to go rummaging about and try and kind of piece that back together? I don't know, say it like that, but I've said it like that. Something else is coming through. Right. Or it's like the divine feminine was the real designer handbag, and you went for the fake. Like, you know. Somebody could be on holiday or going on holiday soon because there's a plane passing. Right, divine masculine karmic lessons. Oh shit, this will be interesting. False twin flame, maybe. Masculine releasing lower self. Oh, sorry, I'll take it back. It's not that at all. It's mission accomplished. Also, 11/11. Welcome home. And we're getting that close to fucking November again. Blink and we'll be there. This could be about fucking November. So yes, but this is always my card of a masculine who is the divine masculine. So this would be the type of man that is, again, I'm going with the man thing because that's what's picking up on. That is seeing the bad advice for what it is and the kind of stuck in the old paradigm, like outgrown way of thinking. Like if you think that all a woman is to look pretty and shut up, and like that's like saying kids are better, seen and not heard and all that kind of stuff. It's like this is somebody that isn't in that energy. So even if somebody was in this before because of who was around, they're not now. They're like, no, actually, I want my equal. I want somebody I can have intelligent conversations with, as well as amazing sex and spending nice time just hanging out with them like a friend, like you do. You know what I mean? It's like, just having the friendship and all everything, and somebody that when I want a cuddle or when I want somebody to listen to my feelings, they can listen to my feelings. I love their back, they love mine. Just describe power couple, didn't I? But it's like this person's like, I'm swimming home, baby. It's like that swan's going to make the other swan. I'm always annoyed there isn't another swan card with like, another one so it can make the heart. But it's like mission accomplished, welcome home. I feel for some of you, I could be channeling for some twins you're already together. Look, but again, this masculine swimming home because you've got the crystal clear vision. I said that in the shorts. That's pretty wow. They made me say that in the shorts to it was advertising, to give people a heads up I was doing this because they saw I was going to pull that card. Crystal clear vision. So obviously that's what I am in the vision. That's what I am in the. That is part of my mission, is to help you have a crystal clear vision of how this is all coming together, and again the clarity and the awareness. And yeah, the downloads are all coming in. Like, yeah, this person's picking up what you're putting down now. They might not have been, but they are now. Right. Shadow work. Let's go to this deck. Didn't really watch either, but reality TV peaked with the old Big Brothers or like the Osborne show. Yeah, I love Big Brother. I still watch Big Brother now, but yeah, the old Big Brothers were the best. Even shows like Britain's Got Talent, well, that's shite though. I never really watched that. Britain's Got Talent or X Factor used to bring in ordinary nut jobs. I bet Susan Boyle wouldn't even make it on the stage in 2025. Yeah, I'm sure she's lost a shitload of weight. I'm sure I saw something of her recently, and yeah, yes. I wasn't really a fan. They were pretty shit, they. I didn't really watch them. Like I wouldn't. Yeah. Right. I liked all the singing ones though. So the voice I could kind of give or take. Sometimes I watch that and sometimes I don't. Right. What have we got for shadow work? Look, feminine. See, this feminine's coming. If you're the divine feminine, this is making sense because this is heading. I'm really, really. I know it's always union right here, but this is very strong. This is so strong union energy. Some people watching this, you could already be in it. And that could be people that watch and keep quiet, but I mean, maybe they'll not find it till later on and I'm reading their story. But it's quite funny because like she's holding, it's not a rose, but well, it could be actually. I saw a pink rose today. I put it in the post. What's that song? A million. I'm just trying to think of the words. Na, 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 na. Oh my god, that song is so like what I've channeled. Holy shit! Wow, this is that's shit. If you don't know that song, right, go and look at the lyrics. A Million Dreams, right? The lyrics to that are a wee boy and a wee girl singing to each other, and it's like kind of because it's in a Greatest Showman. It's basically they meet when they're young, and that's exactly what I've channeled. So that's really young because they're like kids. But he like basically, I can't remember if he says to her. I think he says to her, "When we're older, we're gonna have this, and this." And then it's nice because in the film you see they are older and they've got their own kids, and it's kind of like that's that. I know what they're trying to say. It's what I described. It's you've both had the same dream, and sometimes at the same time, and then you've been like, oh, I better just get on with my everyday life. I channeled that in the shorts for either the one that's be released in 15 minutes. I think I said something similar, but it's like this is where the dreams manifest in. because I'll just read some of the words. I close my eyes and I wouldn't sing it because I don't know the tune. I close my eyes and I can see a world is waiting up for me that I call my own. Through the dark door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. Twinflame. They can say, they can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. That could be about the friends trying to hold somebody back. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design now. Because every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. I can't go that high, guys. It's tempting, isn't it? These songs are always so tempting. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. I'm losing it now, but I want to sing the rest. A million dreams is all it's going to take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're going to make. But if you see the bit when they start singing that in the film, it's because the wee boy is like, these are all the things we're going to have when we're older. So and it's very twin flamey actually, because she supports him through him not having a lot, and it looks like she's came from a lot and she's left it behind to trust in his dream, and that's why it's a bit. You're a bit kind of like, fuck you, they fucking what? Did they go away with the one that's singing never enough? Do you know what I mean? You've not got a fucking. You've been on the scene 2 seconds, hen. Do you know what I mean? Fucking never get fuck off. You know what I mean? Beautiful song though. Like do you know what I mean? I said that in one of their last lives because it's the woman that sings takes a wee fancy to him, and she's like, got a twinkle in her eye and tries it on, and it's like you're like, no, please don't leave the other one. That's so. This is very interesting. God, I wonder if this is some of these people that have come on saying about their. This might be one of those. By the way, if somebody watches really, this might be one of you where you've been married to your twin flame in a past life, but I'm even talking about in this life because that's what it's kind of feeling like. Because in that they're married with kids, and he's got big goals and dreams, and so he goes to chase the big goals and dreams. But then remember, he gets a bit in his ego, and he gets a bit kind of away with himself. And then he's around that woman singing and stuff, and she's trying to tempt him. But it's fine. He tells her to get to fuck. That's a karmic energy. But you know what I mean? They don't always tell them to get to fuck at first, though, do they? But basically, it's like, it's funny the way they're using this channeling. Like, I feel you're in a place of appreciation. Like, you went through your karmic lessons, and you could even be in a place of blossom and abundance, because this is a free. It's reminding me of the Empress. Like, I feel you're appreciating what is going good in your life, and you're attracting good things, great things. You're attracting gifts, for Christ's sake. That's what we got for the present energy. So let's see. Let's see what the masculine gets, because if I'm picking up on the chaotic energy first, this might not be good. But now it's quite annoying because all the cards aren't in this, but there's a storm card and storm warnings in this. I'll be gobsmacked if it actually comes out because I don't know if it's even in the deck. What have we got? What's the Divine Masculine's karmic lessons, or are they through that? Door to Spirit and door to. What the fuck is this? Oh my god! Like I said again, if you're not already in union with this person, I think this is for the ones that you're going to be quite soon. Again, don't hold me to it, but look, door to spirit and door to value, and also it's 31 and 32 things happening in order. This person's listening to their guide, spirit, Holy Spirit. The dove to me is always about the Holy Spirit. I've got a dove guide that comes at my throat, makes sense of when I'm channeling these messages. Door to value. So again, not only is this person seeing their own worth and value, they are seeing yours. And again, they can see your worth because they're seeing their worth and they see you clearly and they're listening to their guides. So I think in the past, if I had done this, picked up on whatever this group of twins are that I'm picking up on, I wouldn't be surprised if that was in reverse and that was in reverse. Like this person was ignoring spirit and not valuing themselves, but they could have still had a lot of money. And that's why I say all the time, it's not always that like it's people can have money, but what are they doing with that money? And what are they like? It's like, and it's kind of like if you're quite. It's like if you're quite comfortable, but like it's never enough, never. See if that song just comes in handy for everything. I need to make more, never enough, never. I don't feel good enough, and it's because, and I just said this to my friend today. You're never going to feel good enough by trying to make more money. It doesn't matter. Look at all the fucking arseholes in the world that are fucking millionaires and billionaires, but they're so fucking up their own arse and egotistical and they've not done any shadow work, or they've very little integrated the shadow. This is that is what is valuable when you have actually done that healing, and you've made the effort to do the healing, and you never stop making the effort. That kind of currency is new earth frequency. So when, like I said, my friend said to me today, like, a lot of people say that to me, like, what is new earth? That is what it is to me. It's a mindset shift. It's a frequency. You just know when you're around somebody that is in the new earth frequency, because they will talk like me. I'm not going to let these limiting beliefs that held me back in the past hold me back. I'm going to always find a way to create, or especially when it comes to money. Like I've said this before, I say it openly all the time. That's why I'm different from a lot of people. I'm not going to fucking make out of something I'm not. When my money slows down, it is because of energy. And like I said, I never like me, so I usually do, some days it can be a real lull, but it was again because I was already taking some downtime, and then unfortunately, Gregory Scott that I'd watched for years past, like that did shake me up. And again, it's so many things, but the point is that I jumped a timeline like I never have before, and it's the weirdest thing to really describe. But a lot of things changed about my everyday life, and there's no going back. So I'm talking like somebody could be like, "What the fuck?" But I do talk very more galactic in Aquarius Moon. Like I connect with those energies more, so I can feel a lot of like the Syrian guides, the Palladians, Arcturians, Andromedans. Like they're all gathering sort of right. I wouldn't be surprised if I've got that deck if they come out in that. But it's like that's how big that was for me, and it was little every day. So I feel a lot of you, if you've had something like that, it's because the masculines like aligning with spirit, seeing their value. And again, I do feel this literally could be a lot of you could make a lot of money, following your mission either together or doing separate things, but it's because you're in union. And like I said, when you're with your true twin flame, and you've done the work to get there, you will attract money. You know what I mean? And it could be very soon, because you've went through hell to get there. But this is the important thing. The Empress builds. The Empress has the vision, and they build. You know what I mean? Build it and he will come, which is actually the right quote. But build it, and whether it's about the masculine, build it and he will come, or build it and she will come, whatever is relevant. Or whether it's about your clients, build it and they will come. But you've got to have the patience, you know what I mean? So like when you're in Empress energy, it's not everything, it's not always the way, to me anyway, like you said, I like to explain things with a difference. It's not always like, you're not always like fucking rolling in dough. Like, well, certainly not this Empress, far from it. Sometimes money's better than other times. And sometimes, like I said, I have had periods where I can actually make a lot of money very quickly. So this is what I mean. So if I ever fall into a lull, I'm like, right, I've done it before, I can do it again. But if we're in a Pisces moon, which by the way, out of the 12 signs, of course we're in a Pisces moon when I say that, might be the times when it's a bit harder for me to do that. And that's okay. We all have moments like that. But most of the time I can do that for myself, and I can definitely do it for my clients. And I can do it for people in the chat. You don't need to fucking exchange any money to do it. But you know what I mean? It's yeah, very interesting. Strong energies coming through here. It's a lot of the divine feminines that I've been talking to. You have been building something on your own for a long time, and it's like the masculine has been like living their life and their karmic energies, and then when they've spiritually awakened like fully to this connection, they're starting to have a lot of insight and downloads and dreams, and maybe even seeing you in their future, and getting it. It's big energy coming through here, right? So what's the next one? What would help with inner union right now for the feminine and the masculine feminine side? Oh, emotional desert. I said something like this in the short thing. Emotional desert, inactivity, isolation. So again, I feel that's like what I was describing, wasn't it? It's like you could be a divine feminine, and it's like what I describe all the time. Like, you know what I mean? You're as happy as you can be, and things could be going great in your life, but you're still in an emotional desert, because if you're a true divine feminine, you only desire your divine masculine. And that's why if you see other people claiming they're a twin flame and they're not talking like I'm talking, you be the judge yet, you know. It's not always that I would automatically be like they're not a twin flame, but there's some kind of deeper shadow integration needed, because that's the truth of it. If you're a true twin flame, you do hunger and desire the other half of your soul. It doesn't go away. And it is like an emotional desert. And especially if you're a divine feminine that's been apart from your masculine for a lot longer than most. Um, just from experience, guys. I've helped other people, of course. But the masculine, to help with inner union, again, look, this is my card about getting all the downloads, fault vibrations. That's the pioneer coming online. That's the masculines that are like, holy shit, man, all this shit's real. I'm here to do something big. And shit, I think that twin flame person's got something to do with this. I don't know why I'm doing that accent, but it's quite funny. Resonant choices, signature signals. This person's like, fuck, I can't ignore this any longer. I know who I am. I know who I've come here to be. And it's simple, really. I want you, us, forever. It's like the end of a film, isn't it? Right. So it might be like that when I do Pisces, because Pisces is the end. It's like Nanny McPhee. You are the end of the story. Right. What's the next one? Let's be real, guys. I think I am going to be here till midnight now that I keep fucking ignoring the alarm. I've got 5 minutes on the timer. What are some possible... Oh, no, we're already at that bit. So what are some possible... don't want to use that bit for that. Yeah, okay. What are some possible soul retrievals? Now, these are going to be aimed at Divine Masculine because they're Divine Masculine card. A possible soul retrieval, somebody needs watching this. You're so special. You're truly divine. I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. Again, I feel that's for some of the divine masculines that are awakening to the twin flame journey. Whether it's like you're like, I've got a bigger purpose and I need to get support with that, and you're not sure who your person is. That could be that, or you are getting strong memories of somebody I'd imagine from your past that you have an awareness of. And you want support with that. That's what I feel that's about. What's another one? No one compares to you. No matter how many people I've met and experiences I have, there's no one compares to you. But it came out in reverse again. This is energy clearing because that's a weird deck for me to pick up for that question. But it's like this just feels that at some point there'll be a lot of divine masculine males, I would say in particular, that are tuning into this. That what exactly the words are making me use will fit your dilemma. That you need to talk it out with somebody that gets this. Basically, that's what I've said the whole time, right? How many counsellors or therapists, let alone all the other things I do you know that would actually believe you that you're a twin flame? Especially now with how tarnished like twin flames are. So tarnished that some people, sadly, that are actually on the twin flame journey have turned their backs on fucking using the words, like, whatever reasons people got, but that is true. It's like, you have to be strong and stand in that sovereign truth, in my opinion, if you're a twin flame. Like, don't be, that's like people that call things woo woo. Why don't you just use the word fucking psychic? I can't stand that fucking woo woo word. Like, get to fuck woo woo. You know what I mean? Own it. It's embarrassing. It's you just own who you are. You know what I mean? Woo woo. That was from when I was in loads of Facebook groups and that, like business groups, like some of these subscriptions I'm still in. I don't use these because it's like there's videos and that you can watch on different things to help you. So I always just think because I don't pay as much money now and keep it on. But there was a lot of people that would go down that route. They weren't confident enough to own that they were a psychic or that they were a channeler, and it'd be like, oh yeah, I do this, but I'm a little bit woo woo. It's like that would just right away they've lost a potential client in me because that just says to me you can't really own who you are. You're embarrassed by it by calling it woo woo. You might not see it's that deep, but I do see that way. That word has always annoyed me. I don't like the word awesome either, guys, but sometimes people use it in chat. And I don't hold it against you. Awesome. It's really awesome. I don't. If you hear me saying it, I'm saying it like that, not a word. Yeah. Others' opinions. Somebody needs a clearing on that. If you're caring too much about, or I would say that somebody needs therapy. Other opinions. I feel bound by my culture, by my family's beliefs on how I should live my life. I'm working towards breaking free from limiting myself based on others' beliefs. And again, I say it with time, but if you live by the rules of your family and then you wake up one day and maybe, you know, it's even time that your family aren't here anymore, do you think you're going to be glad you done that? I think we all know the answer. No. Um, right. So, what do we need to know about the future? Let's use that. What do we need to know about the future of whoever resonated with all of this? Yeah, I know. Okay, we've kind of stayed in line with it. If you don't know what the alarm's gone off, so we're not too far behind the plan. So that could be part of this message. You're not too you think you're really far behind in the divine plan. You're not. There's going to be a surprise coming. They pulled me the word mystical when I said that, and we are in Pisces moon now. Um, right, what's going to happen next? So I don't think there's not a union card in this. Where's the deck? Oh, there's that. Yeah, I think union might come out the other one. What's going to happen next in the people that resonate with this? Whenever it manifests, let go of the timing. But I did channel on the shorts. You keep your clear outcome for what you want. So to clarify, what I meant by that is right. This is like when I've channeled before. If you are a feminine and you are wanting union with your divine masculine, keep that clear outcome, bearing in mind that they've got their I don't know about on the Twinflame debate, they've got their own free will. What way they it is free will in the sense of yes, they could love you, but they might not do anything about that for like 5 years. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that. But with what we're picking up on just now, it's like you know what you want and you've held the vision for it and the outcome. So just without you even having a clue how it comes together, because you might know all the ways in which it could be impossible, keep holding the vision of what you want. And if this person is your true twin flame and they're like with what's with the title, it's like you're both manifesting forever with each other. The old ways are dying, the newer frequencies coming in. It's basically expect a miracle. I just looked at the card that said teamwork when I said that. But I would say even more importantly, if you're the masculine, because you're the one that leans more to logical, analytical, this will never happen. I would love that, but how's it ever going to happen? Or there's all these things going against me in my material, what you know, all of that. It's even more important that if you've got yourself in a frequency where you can believe this is possible, you've been working hard, you've been working on your healing, and you've got that awareness that there's still, you know, there's always more to heal, but I want to go and speak to my divine feminine, then it's even more important because Pisces are about lack of boundaries. Pisces is on the shadow side. It's copycat energy. It is like, you know, there's no boundaries, lack of boundaries. It's where people can cross your boundaries. You can cross people's boundaries too. It's important to know it can go both ways. You can feel a bit more exhausted, burnt out, tired because it's the 12th house. You know, it's hidden stuff. Things can seem like a bit of a mystery. You could be also really fucking fed up. So pay attention Tuesday, Wednesday this week. You can feel tomorrow, Wednesday, basically. You can feel very like, you know, I'm just fucking done. This fucking twin flame journey, get to fuck. Like I just can't be arsed with any of it. You know, and this is what I mean. If my friend wasn't visiting, I would just be sitting about like, well, back when I hadn't healed that part, I'd be sitting about fucking eating giant bags of crisps and chocolate and like, this is shit. Why did I incarnate to go through this hell year after year after year, birthday after Christmas after New Year after fucking, you know what I mean? It's just like, this is fucking shit, right? So some of you could be having time like that. But isn't it? I'm grateful that a friend is visiting and I'm going out walking in nature and stuff. And you know what I mean? And if I'm tired, I can be tired and fucking couch out watching Love Island. You know what I mean? That's a holiday for me because you're not getting me on a fucking plane with the shit that's going down. Anyway, prayers again, totally, because again, there's awful stuff going on. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, you could go into that energy. But now the magical side of Pisces moon is like the mystery magical side of it, like miracles, like something just happens out the blue. It's always a fucking miracle. Or like, you know, your prayer's been answered because it's prayer and you know, and it's like it's a hidden thing that's a good secret. You know, like for instance, we got this person wants to be in union with you or they see forever with you. It's like it's not always like really dark stuff. It can be too. It can be secrets that aren't so nice. So it's but yeah, it's more important for the masculine to, if you have got an outcome that you want with your divine feminine, don't be out. If you're out of alignment with that, if you want the end goal to be the divine feminine, but you're telling everybody else something different and you're living your life living with other people or like, you know, sleeping with other people still, that you're not ready for it. You're not in, you know what I mean? You're not ready for it, basically. That's what you're saying to the universe. Oh yeah, I want that one day, but I'm not ready for it. And then the longer you stay in that stuck energy, the longer that moment's going to be, away. But it doesn't feel like, for most people, it doesn't feel like that's what I'm picking up on here. It feels like people that have woke up to, that's not what I want. And like I say all the time, if you're not on the Twinflame journey, don't. It's not the same guidance that we come through. The different journey. It's not just your regular love thing. Fucking hell on earth, heaven too, but hell on earth. You know what I mean? No wonder the card that my favourite in that deck is the one that says "I miss kissing you," because I love kissing, and it's been a long fucking time since somebody's probably kissed me. Sorry. And the thing is, even if it had it, you know what I mean? It's not though. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's like it's not the same. Even when I was in that era of my twin flame journey, where I would force myself to kiss somebody, it was never the same. Like, and that's what's shit about this journey. It's like this sucks. You know what I mean? Whereas I'm not sure if it's the same for the divine masculine, to be honest. But anyway, right. So expectations. Have realistic expectations. So the next thing that's happening is the masculine is having. Oh, that feels like what a channel. The masculine's got realistic expectations, and again, it's like it's. I think it's to do with this person's done the most. Like they've done a lot of stuff, and they're like, I don't know if this person's going to want to reciprocate what I got to say. Express shared feelings, but I'm going to share it anyway. I'm going to try. I'm going to try and share where I'm at now. And yeah, all I can do is make a wish. And what did I say? That the 11th house is the house of making a wish. So this person's hoping and wishing and praying, and hoping that you're both manifesting. There it is. And that's a different deck. Be clear on your outcome, manifest. That's what I said on the shorts. Both be clear on what you are manifesting, what you've wished and hoped and prayed for. And again, if they're giving me a double message, some of you it's about to happen because you've done that. You're both clear. You've both cleared the stuff you need to clear, and it's ready, and the blocks are out the way, and it'll be coming in. You could be already be in it or about to be. But I'm also giving a message to some people that are still in that. If you know that you want to be with someone and you're living a life that doesn't align with what you secretly want, it doesn't matter that you secretly want it, and you could even be built. It doesn't. It's a mismatch, and that's where some of those divine masculines need to get the program denial. See the truth in the situation, like yeah, gratitude, a thank you goes a long way. So yeah, that's coming through pretty harsh, but whoever that is for. Right, so and now this is the last bit of this. Let's use this deck. So I'm gonna quickly come back on, and it'll be for Pisces. I'll remember to put Pisces in the title. But did you see what just happened there? I just closed my eyes, and because of my hay fever and my makeup, and it was like my eye almost didn't open. It was like that fucking Katy Perry clip where it's like she's got her robotic eye is going up. Somebody likes Katy Perry. I've mentioned Katy Perry a couple of times, or something, because I keep singing. In another life, I will be your girl. And I'm sure that's a song where it's like she's in a like miserable relationship and she's dwelling on somebody from the past, and you're meant to think the whole video, oh, that's somebody that she never got it on with. But actually, when it gets to the end of the video, I think it's because he done something random, like drove off a cliff or something. Anyway, it's a weird video, but I'm sure that's it's the one that got away. So you are the one that got away to this divine masculine. But the message channeling straight to some of the masculines is the divine feminine doesn't need to be the one that got away. It's you need to be like, are you going to stay stuck in that, settling for less than you deserve, or are you going to do something about it? There you go. There's life coach mode coming in, Connor, with the empath. You are the harp of God's heavenly choir, a multi-sensory, highly attuned being. That's always my card of the 144,000. That's what I felt. I feel if you strongly resonate with being part of the 144,000, you're like me. You see 144 a million times a day. Even the fact that my subs are like 1.41 a day, it's the 4 and 1 codes coming in. It's like, that this is people that have put in a lot of the hard work, and the rewards are coming, and your person's got the same vision as you. And when you meet up, you're going to realize, look, your spiritual warrior's battling to get to you. A spiritual warrior's only armor is the strength and the power of his heart. That's reminding me of that, the prayer. what's it called again? The armor of God or something. That's a prayer. You know what I mean? It's like a protect. Maybe somebody needs to do the protection prayer. Oh my God, wait a minute. I'm just going to Google that. Yeah, armor of God. Thought that. The armor of God prayer is a Christian. Wait a minute. Can we actually just? It's about putting your shield on and all this kind of stuff. Father, help us to prepare for any battle we may face. Fit with the title. Help us to keep our eyes focused on Jesus as we go through today. Help us to stand strong and not live in fear of the enemy. Please, Lord, equip me today with the armor of God. I think there's probably a longer version of it, but it just really popped into my head there. Heavy. I'm even laughing that you were using the word heavy. Heavy fancied Katy Perry back in the day. I kissed a girl that, yes, I know. I mean, she will be. I mean, she's not really so much now, is she? But it's like she was when she first came out, she was. I just look at it very differently because you wake up to what these people are all about. It's like, oh God. But no, I do love, I do love her older songs. There's not really many of her songs I don't like. Some of them are a bit shit, but I mean, actually, my favourite song is when I have to think what my favourite song is. Because baby, you're a firework. I can't sing it, but I do love it. I've got lots of special memories to do with that. I love that too. But yeah, I like Roar too. Actually, that will not so much. Actually, it was someone I know like that. Sacred self, you're powerful. Live the life from a place of fullness and honor your perfect wholeness. But perfect wholeness again, yin yang. You and this person are the perfect yin yang match. You're perfect for each other. Look, they could even be a creative engineer. That word popped up in one of the other lines, didn't it? You have a creative intelligence. Wait a minute, look at this shit. You have a creative intelligence capable of multiple solutions that could heal the world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being funny. Like, I know that there are some masculines that have got really good ideas that could change the world. They might not come about until you're like fucking a lot older in life. Depends what age you are. But it's like that's why you get held back by the Jezebels of the fucking day. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I've got a really good idea. And then someone's like, here, mate, do you want to go down the pub? Or, you know what I mean? Or like so and so, hey, do you want to come round? It's Thursday. We always hook up on a Thursday. Do you know what I'm saying? And then there you go. There's the idea that could save the world. It's fucking gone right out of his head. But yeah, you have a creative intelligence capable of multiple solutions. So that's so strong that might even. I don't think that'll be that's not the thumbnail, but that's interesting. That's very clever that they got me to, because it fits with the Pioneer card. Right, we're done with this, so I'm going to just come off and come back on for Pisces. So, um, I need to pretend they're not all industry plants because I need my motivational pop. Connor, I'm right there with you. Exactly. You know what I mean? Because I love all these songs too. Teenage Dream. Actually, Teenage Dream is a good song for this channeling. If you think about all the stuff that's came through, it is true because obviously that resonates for me because I met mine when I was young. But it is like yeah, I mean, like that feeling that you get. Like I've never had that with anyone else. It just doesn't, and it's quite addictive. So you know what I mean. You don't. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I want that. I don't want anything else. I want that back, please. Uh, so make it happen without hurting people, but bring it back. Right. So, like last Friday night, stick that on, and I'm on the treadmill. Yeah, well, it's like I was saying to my friend today. I can get on that running machine that's right in front of me, and I can watch Love Island at the same time. Best of both worlds. But my dad was like, "Is that a requirement that you watch Love Island?" And he was obviously taking the piss, and my mum wasn't realizing that I did get what he was meaning, and I was just choosing to ignore it. And I was like, "Well, it's just because it's boring. You know what I mean? It's just fucking boring." So at least if I can do that, it's like get kill two birds with one stone. But I don't need to do that because I've went well beyond the 10K steps, so I'm glad of that. But what I do need to do, very annoyingly, is whatever time I finish here, I need to do my Pilates, and I'm like, fuck. But I'm gonna do it because I promised myself. Um, did I read these other comments? I don't know what it is about all these girly pop songs, but they always have a beat that just gets me going. Owning it. I love that you're owning it. I would say that is your moon in the 12th house because that is the secret and it is where your moon is. Where your moon is. It is in a secret place. It's not so secret because I'm telling people, but it's like it's both feminine energy. So it's like that's your hidden part of you is more feminine. So your outward self is more masculine because you're Gemini, but your inward self is more your feminine side. So it means that when you pair up with your divine feminine, that is the part that I channeled in this. That is the part of you that will be safe to be with that person and you'll protect each other because that's how it fucking should be. All the people out there. Think I listened to too many of my sister's CDs back in the day. Yeah. Oh, I'm a pop person too, I must admit. Rap as well. I love rap and R&B. And it was quite funny. When I was younger, not a lot of my friends did. But it was kind of funny actually. That's always a memory I have. Like one of my birthdays when I went out, I did I randomly went into this club and my Twinflame was there. And like it looked like he just fucking cut out himself, just fucking, you know what I mean, wandering about like but it was an R&B night. That's what I remember. That's all I really remember. But well, I remember other stuff, but I think we need to go to the next one. But yeah, all I remember thinking was he must like that type of music too, because it was like it was a night where it was known that it was on that night that they always play. Like I think it was like an R&B night or something. Because when I was younger, that's what was good about it. Like, this would have been Connor. You would have been too young for all this, but it was like there was. This is how long ago it was, right? I remember there was like I don't know, it wasn't a club, but it was like a bar. It was kind of a club. It was a bar slash club, and the drinks were like so fucking ridiculously cheap. It was dangerous. Like it was something like you could get like a vodka and coke or something for like 150 or something, or like it's like and shots and it was like really horrible though. It was like really fucking cheap, horrible vodka, but the music was brilliant. But only if you like that type of music. And it's like said, I only had I had a friend that she moved away, and it would only be when she came back she liked stuff like that. And then I actually had another friend that was like not one of my core sort of people I'd go out all the time, but whenever I went out, I would sort of go out with her on my own, and then some of her, and she liked stuff like that too. But like nobody else really liked it as much as me. But that's what I mean. Even little things like that, it could be that I really couldn't tell you, but maybe you'll have similar tastes and sorts of stuff. But anyway, blah blah blah. I'm going to end this one, and I'm going to come right back on for Pisces 12th house, and that's never dull. So I will see you in a second. I'm actually really hungry. I had soup. I was popping into my dad's to give him his Father's Day present, and being the cutie that I am, I'd already sent him a mug with a photo of us, but I was giving him something more practical, and it was like, yeah, I had some soup and it was really nice, but I need something more to eat. But yes, right, okay. See you in a bit. Oh, 2 hours. Yeah, I wanted to be an hour. Oh my god, why is my face so red? Have I been burnt? Shit. I think I've been walking about that, but I think I have been burnt. I had face cream on. Shit. Right, I'll see you in a minute.